Hi, Leo, Sun and Rising. Welcome to your July 2024 Astro Update. It's Raina here. So, what distinguishes July from some of the other months? One thing is a blue moon that is happening on the 21st. I'll get to that because I like to do things chronologically, but that's one thing. The sun goes into your sign the very next day. That's another thing. But at the top of the month, actually on the 2nd, Mercury goes into your sign. So the sun, as the month begins, is in your 12th house in Cancer, but Mercury goes into your first house. And on the same day, we have Neptune retrograding. And when I was, kind of typing out my list here, I was thinking, oh my gosh, Neptune is going retrograde at 29 degrees 56 minutes of Pisces. It's almost in the sign of Aries. But as I understand it, it won't actually get there until 2025. So I didn't realize, sometimes I don't even pay attention to the actual degree because it's been in Pisces for 13 years. So after a while, you just forget about it. So this is going to be in your 8th house, and when Neptune goes retrograde, there can be some kind of reality check. There can be something that you were blissfully idealistic about, and something happens that makes you see that there are things that are not as great as you thought they were, or that you were being deceived in some way. The 8th house is shared resources or other people's money. So it could be a will that you didn't know existed. I think this is going to be a big area for you because you're going to have a lunar eclipse here in September, which can blow everything out of the water. But right in Pisces, obviously. But yeah, I don't know how this will manifest for you, but even something that has to do with a secret that comes that is revealed. The 8th house can be hidden matters. So maybe you thought a certain thing, it could be in any area of life, maybe in your family or a significant other, and you find out that it's not as you thought it was. Actually, I always feel, even when it's a little bit of a letdown, that getting that reality check can be a good thing. If you find out, for instance, that your partner has been blowing your money or, your shared resources, it might be upsetting, it might be a letdown, but then you can actually do something about it before it's too late. On the 5th, we have a new moon at 14 degrees of Cancer. And so Cancer for you is the 12th house. This is kind of a theme for you, June going into July, of this activity in the 12th house. I just did a video on the full moon in Capricorn, the first one. And there were several inner planets in Cancer, and all of that is happening in your 12th house, even in June, in the 3rd week of June. So going into July, you're having a lot of 12th house activity, and that can be an emphasis on things that are not mundane, but more on the spiritual level. You may even start a new spiritual practice or visit a new spiritual center, a yoga studio, what have you. On the 11th, Venus goes into your sign. So now the plan, of course, this is not abnormal because this is the time when it's around. These are inner planets, so they're closer to the sun, and they're going to be in the vicinity of wherever the sun is. So Venus going into your sign is very nice because it can give you that magnetic appeal. You already have appeal, being a Leo, right? So you might say, well, I don't need it. Well, you just get extra. And with Mercury there as well, it's like you get to express yourself the way that you are aligned with, not feeling like misaligned with your message. So both of these transits in Leo can be very helpful when somebody is looking for work or looking to fall in love, because they have personal planets in their own sign in the first house, and it helps them with self-promotion in some way. Also, if you're starting a business. And oh wow, there was something else I wanted to, one thing I wanted to say is that Venus and Mars are the divine lovers, and we will not see Mars in Leo until later in the year, because there's going to be Mercury retrograde. It's going to be a Mars retrograde on December 6th, and that's at 6 degrees of Leo. So Mars is slowing down, and therefore it's not really traveling with Venus that much. So this can be good though, because you know, sometimes Leo is an aggressive sign, being a fire sign. So just having Venus there is that kind of easy touch rather than the more masculine aggressive touch. On the 20th, Mars goes into Gemini, and that is for you your 11th house of hopes and wishes. And this is also a house of friendships and groups. So with Mars, there could be increased activity here, a real desire to network for whatever reason. And the last time that Mars was in Gemini was in March of 2023. So we're talking about over a year. And remember, it was hanging out in this area for you, you know, since August of 2022. So you really had a lot of activity with Mars in Gemini in this 11th house, and now it's coming back to you. But this time, it's not going to be staying as long as it did then. But again, you know, there was another retrograde that was causing that. So be careful about getting into any kind of conflicts with friends. You may be more forceful for some reason. I don't know why, but there are always those outliers of Leos who are very kind of like not what you would expect a Leo person to be. Maybe they have the sun in the 12th house or something, and they tend to kind of like have a hard time asserting themselves. Like I said, that would be the outlier. So for those people, it can be that you finally find your backbone and you are kind of standing up to people that are friends of yours or people that you belong to in a group, and kind of asserting yourself. In general, it can just mean that you're more active socially, but there might be some kind of, even, who knows, maybe this is in a career move for some reason. On the 21st, so I didn't write this down, we have a full moon at 29 degrees of Capricorn, which is a blue moon because the one in June is at 1 degree of Capricorn. So it's 2 full moons in a sign in a month. And actually, I don't even know if it has to be in the same sign. It just has to be within, you know, before the month is over with. But actually, they both fell on the 21st, so I don't know if that's accurate. But I would say especially if they're in the same sign. So here we have The first one is at 1 degree. Now we have 29 degrees. So being that they're both in Capricorn, that can really speak to some kind of fruition of an issue. Now for you, Capricorn falls in your 6th house of work. What I call service to others. It can also be your health and your daily routine. So how your day is ordered, your schedule, if you will, and that could change. That could be ending one way. An example would be if somebody works second shift and all of a sudden they get assigned to first shift. So now they were going to bed, in the morning or in the middle of the night, and now they have a normal schedule. It could be the parent who quits their job to stay at home with their children. So their daily schedule was really more of a 9-to-5 job, and now they're leaving that. Because full moons, there are some people, especially this one at 29 degrees, because you may find some kind, if you're working for somebody else, you may find some reason that you are not happy about something, and that's the first full moon in June, and then this is the final straw, or maybe you gave your notice and you're out of there. It could be a raise, though. You may find out something in the workplace. Full moons can bring out secrets. As I stated, the 6th house can be the workplace. You might find out someone else was going, about to get a promotion, and you're like, hell no, I've been here longer, I'm doing a better job, and you make your case and you get it. But you find out about this last month. So, there's all kinds of possibilities, leaving a job or gaining some stature in your job. And even discovering what your true purpose is, in terms of how you want to serve humanity, that might come about as well. On the 22nd, the sun goes into Leo. So that indicates when the sun goes into Leo and the sun is in your 1st house, you should get your vitality back. You are ruled by the sun. So if anyone is revitalized by the sun, even if it's only the transit of the sun into your sign, it would be Leo. On the 25th, a Mercury goes into Virgo in your 2nd house. And this is going to bring up for you issues around finances. Maybe you're crunching the numbers or thinking about ways that you can enhance your finances. So, you're going to get a lunar eclipse in Virgo next March. So there maybe you are having communications with a financial advisor about something in particular. Yeah, that's what I have for you, Leo. Happy birthday to all of you, since I'm doing this in the earlier part of June. I hope that this resonated. If you would like a private reading, I'm promoting my double astrological readings called my deep dive readings. They're package deals, so it's a savings versus buying these readings separately. Each reading is at least 1 hour in length. The first reading is a natal chart analysis, and the second reading is our transits for the next 12 months. So it doesn't matter where, when somebody orders, I'll just take it out for the next 12 months. And especially when you're having your solar return, or, when your rising sign, the sun is crossing over into your first house, starting a new cycle, this can be a great time to kind of get a lay of the land. What are the themes for the next year? What are some of the areas that are lighting up? That's called my deep dive reading, and I have one with a full-length tarot reading called My Whole Enchilada with all three of those readings. And they're separate readings. I have life path, career readings, love, and other types of readings. You can find out more information at the link below. I'm at RainaMoonAstrology.com. Thanks for listening. Bye.